This is the one that I made for my druids. So it's very leafy, nature spinning around it. My holy priest one. It's a very basic one, but I think we need to work on a holy priest. Check out the hunter one. Again, very, very basic. However, let's show you. That is my rogue one. It's got my sprint ability and it's got my roll the bones ability, which is pretty cool and very unique. What's up, gaming heroes, and welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. My name is Erosium, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at sexy maps. Not just looking at sexy map, but we are also going to be going in depth with it. I would say to a very advanced level to create some custom unique maps that I think you guys will absolutely love. I've done a sexy map add-on guide in the past, but I've never gone to this much detail. So I'm going to show you everything in today's video, and I really hope you like it. I do have a free website right now available for you to check all of the add-ons I've got in World of Warcraft. Just erosiumtv.com/add-ons, and you can find everything there. Thank you so much to my wonderful Patreons who continue to support the channel. You're getting access to my super secret World of Warcraft guides on erosiumtv.com. We have just brought someone on who is going to be writing 3 guides a week for that website. So all I can say is it is a good time to be a patron today. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Alrighty, guys, welcome in. Welcome in. First of all, I'm just going to get this minimap button bag reborn out of the way. For anyone that doesn't know, this holds all of my add-ons in. I'm going to move that and put that right in the corner so it's not attached to my sexy map at all. Cool, there you go. Nice and out the way. Lovely jubbly. Now, I just need to hide a few things. So I'm just going to show you a couple bits and bobs, but we'll get into it pretty quick. For one, I don't even like the zone text showing whilst I'm about the world. And I don't like the time showing either. I like it to be completely plain. I think that's the nicest type of map. You know, you just want to be able to look at the map. You want to see a bunch of buttons on there, all that nonsense. You just want to see the map. Exactly what we're after. And I think that looks really cool. It's very colorful. I designed it to be a bit like, almost like a Paladin Hammer of Righteous. But I'm going to be changing this up in today's video. All right, guys. So let's get into this. Right, we're going to start from fresh with this. All right. Completely by fresh, so I can explain everything to you guys and it can all make complete sense. The first is first, you got to choose a preset. Choose a preset. Doesn't matter what preset. You won't have access to some of these because I made them myself. You'll have access to the very basic ones. Choose one and then we'll go from there. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Go ahead and click movers. At this point, this is where you can move your quest objectives like so. I find really useful because it means that you can create a really nice clean UI, which I absolutely love. Your armored man, so you know when you need to repair, he's just there. What else have we got here? The vehicle seat down here. It's behind the webcam so you guys can't see that. And the buffs and debuffs, I really like moving that out a bit more so it gives it a bit more space. I can see it really clearly when I've got a debuff. I think that's the best way to roll with it. And once you've moved everything into the places that you like, let's change the borders because this is the really fun, the advanced bit. So if you're noob, this might kind of go over your head just a little bit. We will try to keep it really simple and easy to understand. These are basically the textures that I've got around this mini map. See that? Like you got the purple, the pink, the orange, and the yellow. Well, that is directly correlated to each of these. So if I were to say just delete this one here, the yellow one, you'd see the yellow one disappear. If I were to delete the purple one would disappear. I can add these all back in really easily, which isn't a problem whatsoever. Now, we're just going to leave that as it is and show you what it is I'm trying to do. You see this texture path here? This ID number is an ID for the symbols that I've got behind the map. We are going to effectively use different numbers in order to get different textures. The way we can do this is to use weak auras. If you've got the weak auras add-on, you can find this for yourself, but I've already got it. So I'm just going to type in /WA to bring up weak auras. And then I'm just going to pretend I'm creating a new weak aura. And let's just say I'm going to just choose here for which one I want to go for. All we will click is new aura. And we'll go down to texture. And at this point, you don't have to worry about naming or anything. Just go to this folder here where it says texture interface add-ons, weak auras, power orders, media, blah, 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 and just click choose. This is brilliant because it brings us to the page here where we can see visually which one we want to choose. So at this point, we can kind of decide if we want to take any of these textures here, or if we want to go for something slightly different. You can literally look through and find anything that is of any relevance to your character, and you can choose any of these icons here, which is absolutely incredible. And I will be choosing some of these in a little bit. I just want to show you an example of some of these right now because they are looking really cool. You can go beams if you wanted to. It's crazy. There's so much that you could potentially choose here. And this is how I chose my rogue sexy map, is by simply looking at these icons here and finding the icon that I think represented my rogue the best. Now, I'm not going to lie, it was some of my community that figured this out initially and then shared this information with us, and it all made sense. As they said, they use weak auras. We immediately, everyone in the community just started using them. So I thought, well, let's make a video to display this. You can see the dice here that I have in my rogue one. I could even use this. Pretty cool. I love it all. It's really, really cool. So you can have all of these. You can have a skull. Oh, a skull could be cool. Probably not for a paladin. Paladins are all about holy bite. Should I go for that? Love. No, I just feel like paladins need some. Oh, that's perfect. Pounding mallet. Let's do that one. Okay. Right, I've clicked that now. And because I've clicked that, it's imported this texture here. I just simply have to copy this texture, right click my sexy map, click on border, and then where it says this texture path here, I can click OK and add that in. Now, it's on the background at the moment because I've got this selected as background just here. If I put it as artwork, should be able to bring it forward a little bit. Okay, there you go. It's now on top as we wanted it to. Lovely jubbly. So let's actually spin this around so we can get the... Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, I like this a lot. Probably go for that. Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's pretty nice. And then what we'll do is scale it down. I'm actually going to delete this rune down here because I just think it's going to distract me and get in my way too much. So let's scale that down. And what we're going to do is actually change the map as well from a diamond to more of I think a circle shape, because circles are a little bit easier to work with. The diamond shapes can be really good. It's just in this instance. All right, let's actually make it just a little bit smaller because it doesn't need to be massive. It just needs to represent our class a little bit. All right, now let's change the color of this bad boy to a more orangey yellow. Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. Now we need to add a mini map, an actual border to this. So we're going to go back to weak auras, look at the emblems again. This time I think I'm going to go for more of a alert around here. I think I want to go for more of a simplistic approach to this. There you go. We're going to go for one of these. I quite like the runed text for paladins. I think that it works really nice. So I'm going to go for this rune spike ring. Actually, no, I think rounded look looks a little bit better really here. Let's go for that. Go to borders, create a new border. Let's call it rune border. And then let's import that in there because we've copied it. Okay, lovely jubbly. It's in. And now we need to change the static rotation. I would prefer it to be like that. Although it is very weird. It's got more space on one side than on the other. I don't like that one. I'm going to need to change that one. I don't like that it's got more space on the top bit versus the bottom bit. That just seems a bit odd to me. I'm going to have to change that one up here for one that's a bit more equilateral. All right, I think we're going to go for the rune spike here, or paladin-y than the other one. Okay, let's click on this border right now and click paste. Okay, lovely. Now let's just take the scale up. It fits it nicely. Oh, nice. Okay, and then we'll go for a static rotation. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that indeed. That's really cool. Now we can move the hammer to make sure it's more in scale with what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, lovely. I could probably actually make it a little bit bigger, but it does cover the mini map, which is what I'm trying to kind of avoid it, if I'm honest. We can always make an extra version of this. It isn't too much of a problem. So let's actually do that right now. Let's make an extra version of this and make it a background rune. Okay, background rune needs to be imported. I'm going to use the exact same one. This time we're going to, you see where it says artwork, we're going to change this to background. All right, now we need to make it big enough to actually see because it's now behind the actual map, which is no good to us. All right, and now I'm just going to change the vertical, the nudge a little bit because it's not exactly aligned correctly. Okay, now what I am actually going to do with this one is have a little bit of rotation to this. I think the rotation looks really cool. Yeah, the rotation looks really, really cool. Wondering if we should have it a little bit bigger. Yeah, like that. That feels like it could be really, really cool. Like it is slightly out of like nudged. I think that's the closest we're gonna. Yeah, that's the best we can do there for that. So now we're just gonna change that color to more of a yellowish color. I think that will give us just a generally nice feeling to that. I think now I'm gonna change and add a slight glow at the background as well because I don't want to see the runes too clearly on the background version. So we're gonna go to look at the folder again. We're just gonna see if we can find like a glowing like aura. I think a glowing aura would be really, really cool. I'm thinking maybe this. I think we should just try it and see what happens. Border, great, background color, and then we're going to paste it in. Click OK, and we're going to make this a background now, and then we're going to scale it up. So yeah, that's a little bit better. And then we'll add some color to it. There you go. I like a slight orange glow to it. I think that looks quite cool. I think we could add a bit more blur to that, but we can do that in a minute. Not a problem. I think we need a static background as well. Static background. Let's go back to the original ones here. I think we'll go for this one again. Actually, that one again, but we're going to have as a background and it's going to be static. And we're going to paste that in, click OK. And then we're going to drag this down and we're going to change it to background. We're going to make it scale it up a little bit. We're going to static rotation to the side like so. And then we're going to nudge it to the left one. All right. And I quite like that color. I think I'm going to try and change that color a little bit. I wonder if we should go for more of a pink. I don't want to be too colorful with it. It's similar colors there. And then the original one here, the background rune. Which one's the white one? We want to change the white one. There you go. It gives it an impression almost of very like holy atmosphere. I think that's going to be like the nicest way to do it. Now the hammer doesn't really stand out quite as much anymore given, you know, its situation. So let's try and see if we can do something about that. It might just be it's just not going to work with the type of mini map that we're making. It could also just be that it needs to be positioned differently, and that if that's the case, that's completely fine. We can make that happen. It does look pretty cool. It's just the border that's through it. That's the difficulty there. I think we've got to delete the hammer. I just think the hammer gets in the way. It's a good example, but it gets in the way. I don't think it works. That actually looks really cool. Very like Oli-esque. It's got that feeling to it. It's constantly spinning. It's got like slight blur to it. I think that's pretty cool. That's a really nice like typical Paladin one. I've obviously shown you guys how to add icons in as well. You know how to add the hammer in. So I think all in all, that shows you just a typical way to add that in. Don't forget on weak auras to delete your weak aura that you just gated. You'll have that on the screen otherwise. Okay. Overall, there we go, guys. We got a cool little sexy map there for you guys to try out and have a go with. You guys know what you're doing now. Remember, you need the add-on weak aura. Make this work so you can get all the icons or all their library of textures and everything like that. Really hope that you found this video useful. If you did, hit the like button and click subscribe. Check out my Patreon for further content. This is Erosium out.